Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I just want to say a huge thank you to all my new subscribers and a huge thank you to Ejiro and Coco for commenting on the videos last week. So let's get started. So my client brought in a picture of some nails that she wanted. They're basically coffin shape and a nudie pink colour, and she wanted chrome on a few fingers. So I decided to do this in a coloured acrylic because I thought that it would be more of a simpler process and more faster. So this is my nudie pink colour that I mixed myself. It literally took just a minute to mix that up because I had run out of the colour. And I don't know why I put on the clear on that little finger. I think I was planning on doing it for all of them, and then I realised I didn't need to. So, yeah. So many people came in this week that shared with me they want to be a nail tech. It was so interesting and funny at the same time, because so many people that tell me that they bought an acrylic set and they try to do their friends or their family's nails, and straight away after the first set they gave up. And I'm like, no, you can't give up. You literally just can't give up after your first try. And it's just like so funny, but at the same time I'm like telling them off, like, no, like, stick to it. You can do it. And I had those conversations so many times. And sometimes we can just think that, we'll try something and we'll just be naturally great at it, and everything will be perfect, like, straight away. And a lot of the times it's just not like that. It's just not like that at all. I guess when you watch videos like this, you can watch someone else doing nails and you can just think, oh yeah, that's easy, I can do that. And then when you go and try it yourself, it's just literally a rock on top of your finger. But yeah, that's why it's so important for videos like these, because they should hopefully encourage you to keep going, to keep trying. And when I say videos like these, I mean videos where people are willing and open to just give their opinion, give their advice, and encourage you to continue going, continue to practice and stuff like that. So it's one of the things why I love YouTube. These are one of the positive attributes for YouTube, I think, personally. And so yeah, the first top tip I'd probably say is persevere. Keep going. Practice really does make perfect. And not just practice, but learning from others, and but you have to be practical. You have to keep on going. You have to keep on trying. And if you don't, you just may never get to where you want to be. So practice makes perfect. It's okay if it's not great the first time you try it, or the second time, or the 30th time, or the 50th time, or even the 150th time. But just keep on practicing. Keep on setting yourself goals and keep on persevering, because you will improve. You will improve, and you will get to wherever it is that you want to be, if you're committed. Because I'm also speaking to people who may not know for sure if this is what they want to do, I would say the second tip is to educate yourself. Oh, this tip is so important, And you might think, oh yeah, I am educating myself, but listen, first I'd probably say is take up all the free resources that are available. So you could follow lots of professional nail accounts on Instagram, watching what they do, watching how they work, watching the kind of nails that they're doing. Also, you can follow accounts on YouTube. There's loads of how-to videos from professional nail technicians, and so you could watch those kind of videos and get those free resources. You could also join Facebook groups. It's literally so huge all over the world, and they're Facebook groups for nails. So you'd go into your search bar and you'd go to groups, I think, and you'd just type in nails and you would see different nail groups that would come up in your area or all over the world. There's worldwide ones, there's ones for your area. There's all different kinds of options available in regards to groups, and what they do in those groups is that they share techniques, they give each other advice, they encourage each other most of the time. And people give away free masterclasses and share different techniques, and so you can grow with a community on there, and it's 100% free. So that's also a good option that you could do or take. Also, another option that you could take, it isn't free, but it's very low cost, and it's when you do follow these Instagram nail technicians, a lot of them offer masterclasses. Sometimes they do them for free, sometimes they're £5, sometimes they're £10, sometimes they're £20. I've never seen one more than £20, but it could be possible that they exist. But that's also a low cost option for you to take. They usually do masterclasses on things that they specialize in, and usually the masterclasses last anywhere between 2 and 3 hours, I'd say, that on average. And so you've got 2 hours of just watching another nail technician teach you whatever they're teaching you for that class, and you can ask questions. You could just watch them work. There's lots of things that you can do, and usually everyone follows each other from the group or from the masterclass, and you can also build community that way. So that's a great low cost option that you could take. Another great option that you could take in regards to a low cost way, there are many books that you could read. You could read the book that I wrote called So You Want to Be a Nail Tech. That's a great resource for building your business, opening up your own salon, just gaining information about the industry and what it's like to be a nail tech. And it also helps you to transition. So whether you're just figuring out what you want to do, or whether you're a beginner, or whether you've already started doing nails professionally, it will help you transition to all of those different places. So yeah, that's another great option that you could take. It's available on ebook, and it's available to buy in a print version. Everything's available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble, iBooks, Google Play. So yeah, that's a great option you could take, especially if you think to yourself, I could do with a mentor, or I could do with like some support on this journey. I'd say that book is a great resource. As like a mentor, you know, to just help you go through the motions or go through your journey of becoming a professional nail tech or figuring that out. And then once you've done all of these things and you still want to do nails, then I say now's the time to get quality training. So I've finished laying my acrylic now, and now I'm gonna file and shape her nails. So I'm shaping them now, and I am using a nail file from JK London, I believe. These are hands down my favorite files ever. I love these files. I love how strong it is, so they don't bend when you're filing, and I can get a nice sharp shape. Like, I love it. I would choose this file any day for my acrylics. 100% they're for acrylics, and I think it's too coarse for the natural nail, but I would definitely recommend these files for filing your acrylics. Now, because I shaped from beforehand, when I stuck the tips on, I shaped them. So now when I shape her nails, because I laid the acrylic so neatly, I know that it's not going to take long for me to neaten up this shape, and so I know that this is going to be a quick process, and I do that because it's less work for me, not in a lazy way, but we work smart, not harder, I should say. Yeah, so we work in the most effective way that we can. Now, my third tip would be, because you've decided that this is still something that you want to do, it would be to commit to your dreams. Put on your mental blinkers. Now, what do I mean by that? Sometimes we assume that a road will come with no distractions, that it will be easy, that it will be plain sailing. And I'm saying, commit to your dreams. Put on your mental blinkers, be focused. Don't look to the left, don't look to the right. Just set a goal in your mind about whatever it is that you want to achieve, and do everything that you can do to get there. You might have to be a bit more disciplined. You might have to not watch that Netflix series from beginning to end, just so that you could learn that new technique or practice on something that needs work. But you can do it, and sometimes it might be uncomfortable, because learning new skills, it can feel like unsafe, it can feel sometimes disappointing, and sometimes it can feel exhilarating and exciting, you know. But you have to step out, you have to walk on water, you have to be courageous. You can't entertain the fear of what if it doesn't work, or what if I can't do it, or what if I don't get better, because that's what being courageous means. It doesn't mean that fear doesn't exist. It just means that in despite of your fear, you keep going, you keep putting yourself out there, you keep trying in despite of that feeling of fear. And so yeah, be focused, set goals, and keep going. Don't look to the left or the right. You can do it. I believe in you. My fourth tip would be to buy a notebook. I know it sounds so simple. And if you don't want to buy a notebook, you can just write in your notes. But I love that if you write on a notebook, if your phone crashes or you lose it or it drops or whatever, you're not going to lose your information because it's written on paper. I don't know, maybe I'm old school, but yeah, I think that you should get a notebook just for nails where you could write bullet points, and you could write down your hopes, you could write down your goals, you could write down different things that you need to buy, like a list of different things. You could also write down everything that you purchase, like all the money that you spend. You could write it in a section of that notebook, because if you intend on doing your taxes, you would want to write all of those things down so that you can claim that money back, you know, trying to save as much money as we can. And so yeah, a notebook is really good for that. You can even draw designs that you might have in your head, or write down different ideas or plans you might have. And I think that's a great way to stay organized, because, you know, being self-employed or being in a place where you're training or you want to train, like, you can work whenever you want to work. So sometimes you can get really lazy. And so this is a way to help you be a bit more disciplined and be a bit more organized, so you can actually see with your eyes, like, whoa, I haven't done enough work, or I haven't done anything today, and I need to still work on my acrylics or work on my polishing or shaping or whatever. So yeah, that's something that I think is super helpful. I love making lists because I can see how lazy I am. Like, literally, I need to see if I'm being lazy or not. I need to see whether or not I've actually done anything, because I could just, like, I'm so content in my own space. Like, I can literally be in a daze all day and not do anything. So I need to be a bit more organized, because I've got goals to achieve, and I'm not going to do that staring at my four walls. Like, I need to see lists and dreams and hopes and, you know, goals. So yeah, hopefully that helps you too. I've nearly finished filing with my e-file now as well, and I'm filing with an extra fine drill bit. There isn't that much to file, to be honest, because I did apply the acrylic really neatly, but I just want to make sure that I'm going around the cuticles, make sure everything is nice and level, and that, you know, there's no acrylic stuck to the cuticle area, and that will help prevent lifting also. If it's nice and neat, you're most likely not going to get any lifting, and that's what I like. I probably won't see my client for another 3 to 4 weeks minimum, it seems these days, you know, corona. But yeah, my fifth tip. Okay, let's keep it moving. So my fifth tip would be to practice polishing. Okay, so you might be thinking, okay, yeah, but I want to get down to the good stuff. I want to get down to the acrylics and doing ombre and all of these different things. And yeah, that's all great, but if you can't polish, mate, you can't finish the job. Polishing is so important, and if you want to, for instance, I don't know, get a part-time job working in a salon and just being a helper, which is a great idea if you are wanting to do nails, because when you're a helper, you're always in that environment. You can learn off other people, you can ask questions, you get to practice different things, and so that's a great opportunity in order to get your foot in the door. Because once you're a helper and you're already in that working environment, people get used to you and they want to keep you around, and they'd be willing to train you just to keep you, you know, to not look for other people, you know. People just want the easy life, and so yeah, that's a great option. So back to polishing. You want to make sure that you can polish really well. I think great polishes for you to start off with. I'd start off with normal polish. I know most of us have moved on to gel polish now, but practicing with normal polish is great because it dries straight away, and you have to learn how to work fast enough and neat enough in order to do a good job. And great polishes to practice with first is white polish, bright red, and black. My gosh, these are the 3 staple polishes that will help you to polish like as good as possible, because you know, for a beginner, like, it can be super hard to polish with these colors because they bleed or they dry really quickly or they are hard to clean up, and so you have to make sure that you polish nicely. And so yeah, practice polishing with normal polish. Get your polish on point, because if you did want to get a part-time job or you wanted to be a helper in a salon in exchange for training, for instance, they will at least want you to be able to polish. Otherwise, there's not much that you can help them with. So if you can polish, that would be amazing. And that's kind of like a standard, you know, when you work in any kind of nail industry, you need to be able to polish. And so let that be the first thing that you practically learn. Also, when you're starting off, you see that cleanup brush that you use to clean up the mess when you're doing a polish? That's your best friend. Don't let it leave your side. Like, literally. Yes, you want to polish neatly, but if you do make any mistakes, clean it up, please. Like, don't think that people are not going to notice. Like, everyone notices. A wonky polish no one wants. So clean up your mess. Keep it by your side, and every table or every client that you have, even if it's your mum, brother, sister, literally clean up. Make it look as beautiful as you can. Going back to the watch me work, I am just putting the base for the chrome on her nails, and I need to cure it for 15 seconds. I think what I did was I only cured it for 10, and then I had to put it back in for another 5 seconds because I remembered it wasn't enough. And so yeah, I will be applying chrome to the nails. And when you can polish, all of these things like adding chrome and pigment powders, they are simple but yet effective ways that you can enhance your polishing, your gel polish, or yeah. So I don't know if you watched my last video, but my mum has this African grey parrot, and my mum's literally desperately trying to get her to speak. But she has started like talking, like actually talking. And so literally whenever, because sometimes my mum brings her into work, and literally when people walk past, like in the salon, she literally goes, who's that? Because before, for like months, the only thing that she could say was hello, and now she can say, oh, who's that, and she uses it in the right context as well. She literally is like, oh, who's that, like who's walking past, like who is that? So I thought that was pretty cool. Hopefully we can get her to say some more stuff. Oh look, so I'm putting the chrome on now. Look how good that looks. Chrome I just love because it's just so simple, so effective, and it just literally changes, like it ups the level of your nails. It just turns it from basic to just sick. Does anyone else work in a salon, or are you self-taught? Are you learning? Like, tell me. Like, I'm really interested to know, like, who's watching the videos. Like, how did you come about watching my videos? And like, are you a professional nail tech, or are you learning, or what? So just drop me a comment in the comment box and just fill me in, girl or guy. Also, I'm top coating the chrome nails twice because I know my clients, like, they can be very heavy handed, and so I like to just top coat the chrome twice so that, you know, there's no chipping gonna happen around here, because nobody's got time for that. And so we're back to the 6th and final top tip. Basically wanted to sound like WWE. I don't know how well that came across, but yeah. I was literally heartbroken when they told, like, when I found out when I was younger that it was all fake, because I was like, what the heck? I thought that was real. How are they punching each other in the face, like literally slam dunking each other in their stomachs? I don't even know if that's the right term, but how are they doing all that and it's like all pretend? But yeah, I was distressed because I was like, I think that was the first time I actually felt deceived, like actually deceived. But yeah, the 6th and final top tip I'm gonna share is timing. Oh my gosh, timing. This is so important. I think, no, it's not the most important, but it is super important. You want to get your timing on point, and how do you do that? Okay, so if you're working on your polishing, right? You decided you're going to practice polishing, you're going to practice getting it neat and doing any cleanups that you need to do. Okay, the first time you do it, time yourself. Put a time on your phone, see how long it takes to do a polish. Realistically, if you want to do polishing on your natural nails, you'd probably do a base coat, you do 2 coats of colour, and then you do a top coat. And the same process is for gel colour as well. But you want to make sure that when you time yourself the first time, that you say, okay, cool. When you try again, see areas that you can like cut time, or see areas where you think, okay, cool, you know what, I'm taking really long to do a base coat when that's not really necessary. So maybe if I can cut that down a bit and speed up moving from one finger to the next, maybe I can cut down a few minutes or so. And then each time you practice, see if you improve, see if you get faster. And also, while you are trying to get faster and improve on your timing, you want to make sure that you're not, jeopardizing the quality of what you're doing. So making sure that you keep good quality. I don't know if that's even the right word, but I mean, like, the precision of what you're doing, making sure that you're doing a good job so it's not flooding the cuticles, and that you've got just a hairline of space around the cuticles, and it's nice and round around there, that the polish is even, that it's not too thick, and and that you haven't got polish all over the fingers, and you want to make sure that it looks great. And so while you're trying to get faster, don't jeopardize that quality. You want to make sure that you keep that and also you get faster. And I think the more that you practice that, the more accustomed you will get to working faster. And it's the same for all of us. Like, I was stupid slow when I first started out. Like, oh my gosh, my mom would cuss me. She would cuss me so much. Like, I could feel her evil eyes from the corner of the room.
If she's listening to this, I don't care. Hi, mom. But literally, I know she was probably like cussing me in Vietnamese in her head and probably cussing me in English too. Oh my gosh, I know I used to annoy her. But I don't work like that anymore. I mean, she still probably would say you could work faster, but I am much better than what I used to work, well, the speed that I used to work. And so, yeah, that is the final top tip. Work faster, ladies and gentlemen. And what am I doing now? Whenever I finish off a full set, I always put cuticle R around the cuticles for the client. And then I just, probably before I put the cuticle oil, I will just quickly check the nails, make sure that everything is still, you know, in good shape and there aren't like bits of dust stuck under the nail or any bits of acrylic, or nothing's out of shape from the gel polish that I put on. And so yeah, here's the final product. I hope you like it and I hope you found it useful. If you have, like and subscribe to keep up with new videos. Thanks for watching.